Scouting successful. The Iron Wheel doesn't send patrols beyond the walls anymore. They're too busy preparing to leave. And there's some sort of commotion at the main gate. Seems they've pulled a few soldiers there to deal with it. A gap in the wall not far from here. There's a lone sentry. I already told Walk Softly. He's waiting for you near the gap. I'll head back to the walls. Keep scouting the Citadel exterior. Good luck.
Do you see the sentry? He keeps looking through the gate, rubbing his lips, waiting for one of his mates to come by with a drink. Let's relieve him of his thirst, then his uniform. We walk up. I present myself as a drunk, dapper Argonian. He challenges us, tells us to move along, then sees the bottle in my hand. I offer him a taste. He takes a long pull from one of Velsa's sleeping potions. We take his uniform. My good man! Is this the gate to Abah's Landing?
Halt! The Citadel is under jurisdiction of the Iron Wheel.
Never heard of that tavern? What do they sell?
You should move along. What, that bottle you have? What is that?
Delicious! Some wine from, Bergama! Why, you want some?
If you're offering, just a nip to get my blood pumping. Tava's tail feathers, it's awful! Ugh! What is that taste?
Something to which I'm immune. But he's right, it does taste awful.
My distractions worked, as expected. I'll stick to the shadows for now.
Here we part ways. Once I'm in uniform, I'll see how well I blend in. If I may suggest a course of action, the journal you brought contains the entire dowry heist, as planned by Nicholas. I think we can use it to our advantage. Chief Inspector Ron Beek has an office in the ruins where he entertains guests. If you were to leave the journal for him to find, there is little chance Nicholas could weasel out of the trial he faces in Tanith. Oh, and you could find out where they're holding Zira. Good luck. Don't get caught. If you do, we'll have to spring 2 guildmasters. Shameful times for the Thieves Guild. You go ahead. I'll abscond with our sentry friend's uniform. May need to trim it down. He was a rather brawny fellow.
I have no quarrel with you. My dowry is safely returned to Aldenobia tomb, as are the remains of my ancestor. Those responsible are in custody. Yet I am not entirely satisfied with the outcome. My former fiancé Kosh, that is Nicholas, has been very cooperative with the Iron. He claims he was duped, that stealing my dowry was Zira's plan all along. Zira has said nothing. Zira's price to surrender was the safety of those she brought along to the wedding. You and your strange little friend. Almost honorable in her own way. Nicholas lies, I know that now. But Chief Inspector Ron Beek has no evidence to the contrary. The town criers in Tenneth already proclaim her trial. Politics as they are, I cannot simply release her. But I can tell you where she is. And I can offer a lucrative proposal to your entire organization, to her directly, once you free her. Good. Zira is held in the prisons beneath us, but you must hurry. Chief Inspector Ron Beek plans to move her, to where I do not know. I'll escort you to the prison door. If you stay by my side, the Iron Wheel shall cause you no harm. Are you ready? Almost there. Once you're inside the prison, you're on your own. You there! Unlock the door and allow my companion entry to the prison. Do not record this in the log.
As you command. You there, follow me. Iron Wheel uniforms aren't made for Argonian heads. I'd be sweating if... well, if I could sweat. You go after Zira. I'll wait for the others and escort them through.
And who might you be? You certainly don't belong. Who are you and why are you here? Straight to the point. Very good. I know where Chief Inspector Ron Beek took Zira. I'm willing to tell you. My only price is a single lockpick. I didn't ask you to free me. A single lockpick, from one thief to another. A tradition Zira began, which means bad luck for her should you break it. Ah, but we have company. And they seem ambivalent to the idea. Ah, walk softly. So good to see you again. How have you been?
Hunted. Missing too many dead friends.
And Velsa as well. I thought you'd retired.
And I thought you were dead. Seems we were both disappointed.
And who are you? I don't believe we've met.
I'm someone who knows better than to listen to your lies. I've never met Nicholas before. Far as I'm concerned, I never want to see him again. Absolutely not. We can't know if he's lying, and we shouldn't risk him getting free. His help is the kind we don't need. And I overheard that transfer orders are stored in the warden's office. If we find nothing there, we trade him the lockpick. Do what you think is right, partner. I'll scout ahead.
Nicholas wasn't lying. I figured out all of his tells long ago. He knows where they have Zira, which means the acting guildmaster has a decision to make about a lockpick. If Chief Inspector Ron Beek personally moved Zira, we have very little time. A single lockpick won't do us any harm, and it gets us what we need. And I'll know if he's lying, so yes, toss one his way. Aim for the eye.
Nicholas in a cell. Somehow, it feels right. Nicholas could never pick a lock, unless he learned since the dowry heist. A lockpick would be nothing more than a thin sliver of hope, which you could deny him. Is his hopelessness worth Zira's potential imprisonment? That's up to you.
Well, is there honor among thieves, or will you prove Zira wrong? Good, good. Always commit fully, even when your heart brims with doubt. Now, the lockpick? Misguided, but I understand. Zira always treasured loyalty over, well, treasure. To show there's no hard feelings between us, you could try the warden's office for her transfer papers. It's under guard, but you look like you can manage.
Search the warden's office. Look for any clue that leads us to Zira.
You'll be charged with desecrating Aldenobia Tomb, a capital offense. Cooperate, and I'll argue leniency. And what are you doing here? The thief from Fulstrom Homestead, wasn't it? Why are you here? So you say to an unarmed man. You seem to have the upper hand, for the moment. This won't stop. The Iron Wheel shall not stop, until there is a trial. Desecrating a family tomb, every noble in Tanith wants to see justice served. You mean Kosh? He insists he was duped by the Thieves Guild. His story doesn't completely add up, but Zira has not spoken since her arrival. Without proof, his story is the most convincing. I once gave you a chance to surrender, to which you were somewhat amenable. So I say, surrender yourself to the Iron Wheel. You will be treated fairly until I can determine exactly who will be tried in Tanith.
Chief Inspector Rambeek!
The other thief? Surrender, all of you. The Iron Wheel is relentless. We serve a higher calling than gold or riches.
What? You seem the type to talk all day.
Zira, you aren't the only prisoner we freed. They're on shore and itching to come back to the Thieves Guild.
Yes, yes, a charming reunion. Open the cage so we can go.
I almost said something pithy like, "You're late," or "About time." But really, I'm glad to see every one of you. Even Velsa. Better now that I'm out of that cell. I can't wait to return to the den, after we've taken care of some business. Thieves Guild business. The Iron Wheel thought to save themselves another trip to Tanith. They loaded this ship with contraband. But we're going to steal it.
we're going to take everything they squeezed from Abah's landing. Everyone, listen up. Quen, good work freeing the prisoners. There are a few more on this ship. Break them out and send them topside.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. We'll need them to strip this vessel in the docks of whatever they can carry. Velsa!
Don't bark orders at me. I'll set traps near the prison door. Slow down any Iron Wheel come to check on the ship.
Good thinking, Velsa. Everyone, be quick about your work. Don't linger or we'll end up back in a cell. Once you have all you can carry, grab a boat and row hard for Abah's landing. Let's go!
Might I say, you are the most magnificent Magnifica I've ever met. You elevate the cesspit of Abah's landing with your very presence.
Who are you again?
But a humble Argonian who looks forward to comparing ledgers.
Apologies, Magnifica. We have much to discuss when timing is more convenient for us both. Until I spent time in a cell, I didn't realize how much this place had grown on me. It's good to be back. But it's better to have robbed the Iron Will of their dignity, our guildmates, and a dockload of ill-gotten goods. With what? They can't look to Magnifica Felora for help. She hired the Iron Wheel to recover her dowry. When they did, she stopped funding them. After what we took from the Iron Wheel, they'll barely have enough to ship Nicholas to Tanith. What they'd planned to do with me, they'll put him on trial. A show trial because the people want revenge. When he's convicted, well, I hear the guillotine is popular in Tanith. But Nicholas is the past. I'm interested in the future. Never waste an opportunity. Huh. Nicholas used to say that. Well then, let's see what Tanith nobles think lucrative means. As for the rest of you, I'm naming you as part of my Thieves Council. I'll need those I can trust in the coming months. Yes, even Velsa. Counselor Emeritus, if it's
This calls for a drink. Or 5. Where's Andari?
Huzzah! Meaningless titles.
Don't be so, well, you.
My apologies for interrupting. Your Lord Thrag escorted me here. Magnifica Felora requests Zira call upon her at the earliest convenience.
I'll have to celebrate later. Opportunity waits for none of us, whatever title we have.
What would you have us do? Stare at one another until your return?
What does it matter to you? Aren't you retired?
Semi-retired. And what would you suggest? Hold hands and sing songs?
Hardly. The only tune you know is grating.
I think I'm starting to like you.
You are a pot of treacle tea on a dreary day, my friend. Thank you for coming. Feridon back at the inn sent this one news that has filled my heart with sorrow. Perhaps you can help this old woman again, if you have the time. This one has been trying to put her past in order, in addition to reaching out to Velsa. Thank the moon, she still loves me. I had Feridon inquire after my estranged son. Like Velsa, Tashmin departed from me in anger. Now I fear for his life. Feridon located Tashmin in Windhelm, a city in distant East March. He sent word that bounty hunters have captured him, even though I can find no evidence that my son committed a crime. I'm afraid that the bounty hunters work for House Dreis. Of course. This one should have handed it over when you arrived, but I left it in the other chamber. My son fell in with a bad crowd, drinking skooma like a fish drinks water, but he doesn't deserve a slave's fate. Please help him if you can.
Rani, you should have told me. Of course I'll find your son.
Oh no, this one doesn't want to be left alone to worry about you and Tashmin. Please, stay here with me.
Of course. Our friend here is capable of finding Tashmin. Everything will be all right.